How's training different now, preparing for, not one but two tournaments over the next 3 weeks compared to like one or two duels a week?
Yeah, it's a lot different. Especially this year, we went to the Daktronics, but other than that, we haven't had any tournaments. So it's been all duels and all training. Getting ready for that weekend, and then turn around getting ready for the weekend again. So it's been a lot different with the 2 week break in between, and then just training differently, like kind of like peaking more, and we got more of a travel than we really have ever had. So it's more of just focus, I guess. And you get more time to train. Like the whole last week, we had to train hard. It's probably been our biggest block of good wrestling since before season started. So it's been good. It's been a nice little 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know that over the course of the season, you're probably aware of little things here and there based on whatever opponent you might be seeing that week. But basically everybody from the Big 12 in the same building this weekend. Like how do you use all the little things you've learned throughout the season to kind of help you prepare for what's coming this weekend?
Yeah, I think every weekend you're making, like you said, like little gains to your game specifically, even though it might be little things for this type of guy or what this type of guy does, but you're going to get a lot of different looks, especially at the end of the year when you're wrestling cross conference and stuff too. So with the Big 12's, especially me been wrestling it for a while, I've wrestled a lot of these guys, whether it's this year or years past. So you kind of wrestle them maybe a little bit different, but really I'm the type of guy that like to kind of focus on myself and the way I wrestle more versus worried about other people. I mean, they might have one or two specific things they got to watch out for, but I'm excited to kind of go through a tournament format more and get multiple different opponents and.
What do you remember from your first Big 12's?
I remember losing. No, I didn't like the first Big 12's. That was the one I didn't qualify for NCAA, so that was a tough tournament for me. It was a great learning experience, probably the most I've learned in one weekend. Yeah.
And how much does your mentality change now that you're down to your last couple tournaments versus then? You've got room to grow. You're going to grow from that, but now it's go time all the way through March.
Yeah, I think I was a lot younger then, but I think my mentality doesn't change too much. I just want to go out there and attack and score points and have fun doing it. And I think whether it's your last tournament or first tournament, you got that mindset. It's going to be good.
What's been kind of the message in the room after, a pretty spectacular regular season, right? Winning the Big 12 outright, however many duels you guys have won in a row now, to, really solidifying a great season with the postseason, because this is kind of how people remember the years, right?
Yeah. Dresser's really big on, and I think this is important, but he's big on, we're all 0-0. That's how it is when you get to your conference tournament, and really especially the NCAA. As long as you qualify, you get in that bracket, you're 0-0. It doesn't matter if you're the 1 seed or, got the rat tail or whatever, So that's a big message he's been putting on. Like, we still have that week that we can get better at wrestling, and then we'll have, be able to compete and then kind of regroup again. So there's still gains to be made, and nothing's guaranteed. Just because you have a good, regular season doesn't guarantee anything. You step on the mat 0-0.
How positive is that reset? Just whether maybe somebody struggled a little bit, they reset, or they haven't lost and they reset, just to be able to just rely on your habits, think about your training, how you built, and not look at, I lost to some guy 6'2", and I'm going to wrestle him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's good for that, especially for, like you said, when you had some losses and you're going to face those guys again. But yeah, it's good. It's a good reset just to get some good training in as well. Excuse me.
How are you feeling heading into this stretch?
It's really cool. It's crazy. I think I've had probably the most injuries, dings up, adversity type stuff this year, and compared to any other year I've been in college. But typically I have more bigger setbacks at the end of the year, and this is the first time I feel like my progress, instead of going down, is I'm feeling the best I have all year right now. So it's a really cool feeling. I'm really excited to go out there in Tulsa and then in Detroit. So
yeah, I know that I mean, how does it feel maybe compared to, like, I think of 2020, like, specifically when I think of, like, you, because that was probably as healthy as you've ever been.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we obviously know what happened that year, but, like, how does the feeling compare, I guess, coming into this one compared to maybe that one or years past?
Yeah. I'm trying to think back. I think I was probably the 2 seed or 3 seed. Might have been like maybe the 1 seed then too. So it's probably a little bit similar. I think it's a lot different. I think we had like the Cliff Keen and a lot of other competitions then. So I think having those tournaments kind of earlier in the year gives you a little different feeling than going into the Big 12s versus now only duals. But I would say probably similar feeling where I was feeling really good and healthy and excited to compete.
I think we're good.
Yeah.